Good evening, viewer. Welcome to our Glory Globe TV. Yes, last week, a retired Lieutenant General in India's army bemoaned the volatile situation in his native Manipur, a violence-wrecked state in the northeast of the country. The state is now stateless, tweeted Al Nisikant Singh. Life and property can be destroyed anytime by anyone, just like Libya, Lebanon, Nigeria, Syria, etc. Nearly 2 months after it was convulsed by ethnic violence, Manipur is teetering on what many believe is the brink of a civil war. Clashes between the majority Meitei and Kuki communities have left more than 100 dead and over 400 wounded. Nearly 60,000 people have been displaced and taken shelter in some 350 camps. Some 40,000 security forces, army, soldiers, paramilitaries, police are struggling to quell the violence. Only a quarter of the more than 4,000 weapons looted by mobs from police armories have been voluntarily returned since the violence began. The level of mistrust between the warring communities has sharpened, with both accusing security forces of being partisaned. More than 200 churches and 17 temples have been destroyed or damaged by mobs. Homes of local ministers and legislators have been attacked and set on fire. Normal life has been strangled. A night curfew continues in most of the 16 districts. Schools are shut and internet service have been suspended. A main highway for ferrying supplies has been blocked by protesters. There are sporadic killings and arson. The federal government's proposal for a peace panel to broker a truce had received a tepid response. This is the darkest moment in Manipur's history, says Bina Lakshmi Nepram of Northeast Indian Women Initiative for Peace. In 2 days, when the violence began, homes were burnt and people were lynched, burnt and tortured. Manipur has not seen this type of violence in its modern history. 8 states in India's restive and remote northeastern region are home to some 45 million people belonging to more than 400 communities. More than a dozen peace talks trying to mediate between groups across the region have been dragging on for years. Nestling with some 33 ethnic tribes, the state is extremely diverse and sharply divided. It is home to some 40 insurgent groups. Meitei, Naga and Kuki rebels have waged prolonged armed campaigns, frequently targeting Indian security forces in protest against controversial anti-insurgent laws such as Armed Forces Special Power Acts, which grants search and seizure powers to the security forces. Meitei, Naga and Kuki militias have also fought one another over conflicting homeland demands. The majority Meiteis make up more than half of Manipur's estimated 3.3 million people. Some 43% of the people are Kukis and Nagas, the two predominant tribal communities who live in the rolling hills. Most Meiteis follow the Hindu faith, while most Kukis adhere to Christianity. Previous ethnic and religious clashes in Manipur have claimed hundreds of lives. This time the conflict is strictly rooted in ethnicity, not religion, says Dhiren A. Sadopakam, editor of the Frontier Manipur. May's large-scale violence was sparked by a controversy over affirmative action. Kukis protested against the demand-seeking tribal status for the Meiteis, but this does not entirely explain the explosive ethnic violence that has engulfed Manipur. Beyond the report, Glory Globe TV, Delhi, India.